Hey loved one, TJ here, and I'm back to further discuss anxiety and how to work through it. And this is based on my own experience. I am TJ Sykes, and I'm here to help you expand your mind so that you can live a life of happiness, abundance, and bliss. And here we talk about healing our minds, our bodies, our souls. I am a certified holistic healing guide or healing conduit, and that's why I talk about this stuff. Probably what might be considered ad nauseum, but I know that this will help people. All right, now before talking about getting into this, my previous video I discussed how I healed myself of anxiety, and with that I was using a black tourmaline crystal. You do not have to use a crystal. I use crystals all the time as tools to help me work through things a little bit faster than I probably would be able to do without them. And it's not for everything, but for almost everything. Anyway, but if you don't have a crystal and you don't want to use a crystal, it's not imperative that you have to, okay? What I want to let you know though first is that you are never alone. You are surrounded by a continuum of love and support. You can literally ask for help from your heavenly staff. And it's important to remember also to breathe. Take deep breaths. When you feel yourself sort of teetering and getting that nervous energy, take a big old belly, deep breath in, hold it to the top of your head, and then let it out. Do that 3 times. All right. I want to share with you my steps on how I started to work through the process, the anxiety process. Okay, before I get into that, I want to let you know that after I did this, I felt more confident. I was shading my own ground. I led with love, like without even being nervous to do it, if that makes sense. Because what I know is that love is a light that shines really bright, so bright that there's no reason to fear anything. You can do whatever you want to do for the highest good of all and for yourself. Okay, and what's most important is that you love yourself first. And that segues me into my process, because this is a self-love process. This is by no means to remove or to replace any treatment that you're already using. Okay, this is not to treat, but this is to use in harmony with the treatments that you're getting already. Okay, so what I did is I said my prayers, I set my intentions. All you have to do is set your intention because you want to get well, right? Okay, so you set your intention, and whatever you call your higher power, whether it's Allah, source energy, God, the presence that's never absent, your higher self, whatever your higher power is, you just call on that higher power for help. And I would go, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I'm very crystal clear about what energy I want and who I'm speaking with. Please send your Christ light angels down to please help me heal from this anxiety, this nervous energy, whatever it is. Now, you can go anywhere you want to do this quietly. You can sit in a chair. You can even lay in bed. I would recommend to start sitting. You can sit on the floor. If you have a sacred space, you can go there. If you do not, any place that you are in that's quiet will be your sacred space, because what are you doing? You're calling in your higher power, right? Okay, so I just did that. I took my 3 deep breaths in, and while I was doing this, I also visualized from the trunk, from my bottom, that I was growing roots deep into the earth's core, down through the crust, down through the dirt, down through the bones, down through the crystal caves, down through the fire, all the way down to the earth's core. I visualize roots. Sometimes I'll visualize tree trunk coming down from my trunk and my feet down into the core. And at this point, I am rooted. I am grounded. I take my deep breaths in, close my eyes, and then I just would chant my affirmations. I am rooted. I belong. I am protected. I am grounded. I am safe. I am love. I am light. I am connected. And I would just keep going until, and I am courageous. And sometimes I would, things would just come up, and whatever intuitively came, I would say, and I would keep going until I got my fill. And a lot of times I would feel this energy coming up, and it presented itself in the form of tears. And I would allow those tears to flow because I realized you can feel, it's not something that you're just guessing at or that you made up. A lot of the things that come to mind are divine downloads. Okay, so you just roll with it. And at that point, I knew that I needed to release energy, and this was a cleansing. And I would keep doing it. And I'm telling you, before you know it, you will start to feel a transformation. For me, I was, like I said, I was confident, more confident. I was shading my own ground. And I knew that I am walking in love. I'm just a big old love ball. And no matter who I spoke to or what task I had to do before me, it was all centered in love from this heart space. It's like I said, it's a transformation. And so that helped me fear not. Now, every once in a while, you might find yourself in a situation that might try to jar you back into that anxiety, back into that nervous energy. And you'll notice as you practice this more and more, you're not as moved by it. Okay, but you might get a little bit of movement, but you know what to do. You know what to do to work through it. Okay, and I hope this helps you. If you know anyone who needs this, there are so many people who are dealing with and suffering through anxiety. Pass this on to them. And anxiety, a lot of times, whether we realize it or not, is living in the future. It's like you're living in the future instead of in the now. And conversely, it's like depression, whether we realize it or not. It could be something very deep. It's like we're living in the past. But when you live in the now, and you're deeply rooted in what's going on now, because now is what we got, and now is what matters, you'll find yourself, starting to shed a little bit of those, I would say, illnesses. You'll start to feel more aligned. All right? Okay, I truly hope this helps you. Much love. Until the next time, live simply and be kind.